Sure. My name is Quadeer Porter. I'm the founder and executive director of Brothers Building a Better Nation. And I also am an onboarding project manager at a healthcare company called Athena Health.
Hey, my name is OpotheBoat. I'm an artist and visionary located in Newark, New Jersey, and leader of Canon.
The mission of Brothers Building a Better Nation is to dismantle systemic barriers that are causing brothers not to be able to live in their purpose. Whatever's keeping brothers alive, we want to invest in that and pour into that, build that bridge to where they need to be at so they can get the resources they need.
Canon is an artist-centered production company, heavily inspired by the Harlem Renaissance and the ability to use art to really make change throughout the community to the point where you change the economy in the space and social climate. Now, I speak in what we call vague terms, which helps to apply basically what I am saying to multiple contexts because that is what I mean. Even in the space, although I do manage the camera operations in the space, I am not necessarily just a camera operator. I'm more of like a producer, writer, and I say visionary. Caliber is very much our audio engineer, but at the same time, he's what we refer to as our boatswain executive, meaning that he handles the technical and like the actual layout of the space. Even when it comes to sound, he's very experienced with live sound. Then we have Phoenix, who's our bow executive. She's our set designer, but also more so the focus of representation, aesthetics, and overall branding of the space. So with those three things combined, it allows us to do productions of all kinds, whether it be film production, whether it be event production, whether it be content production. What you need, we can do that. And that's something that in today's day and age is so important. Everything needs to be recorded. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything needs to be recorded, which requires sound, which requires visuals, and requires direction, which oftentimes people don't recognize that it's a whole conglomerate of things. I'm someone who I really do take community work seriously, right? Prior to I was working at the Hub Arts and Trauma Center, a community, basically resource for the youth between the ages of like 13 to 18. Who, are going through what we call like high risk situations. My coworker basically invited me to go over and play video saws at his house. And he basically saw something in me similar to what he saw in his cousin Quadeer. And he invited me to, get acquainted and just introduce ourselves to one another.
So I first met Oppo when my younger cousin came to my house and brought Oppo there to just play some video games. And so when we spoke with Oppo, the first thing we saw was that this brother was an extremely creative talent. One thing that he told me was that his interest in media and filming, and also him as an artist. And I think that's one thing that spoke to me. We also needed assist with media. We needed content created. And so I told Oppo about what we are looking to do, and we would love to contract with them. The first thing that we did was that I believe we had a challenge of trying to raise at least $2,000 for one of the projects. And we was able to fundraise that from our corporate sponsors, Apple and Microsoft, through this software called Benevity, where they document their hours. So some of the volunteers documented their hours working with Oppo and supporting his initiative. And this is the kind of symbiotic relationship that we wanted to show our community partners.
Now, I would say that those kind of like connections in world making, like world bridging, is extremely important because you recognize how the world for someone can really change with just one connection, with just one introduction, and you never know who it's coming from either. I would say it began a whole series of just like, I'll say a 6 to 8 month journey of really just really just working hard for the community and having it pay off as well. I would describe it as like an interdependent or symbiotic relationship where Canon was able to help Brothers Building a Better Nation by producing content and, helping to capture the great work that they do in the world.
And the relationship and our partnership has been amazing because we've been able to create a lot of great reels about what of our missions is doing. When we did the Cutler Street Summer Fair as a primary example, showcasing that we're for the community and showcase that we're here and trying to do the right thing.
While Brothers Building a Better Nation not only was investing into Canon, but also giving direction, guidance, and I'll say like support for not just mental health, but also infrastructure or business health as well.
The fortunate thing is that a lot of times we hear about the starving artist. And I think that's so disrespectful to artists, because that means that us as a society does not value the art enough, and so we're willing to let that artist die.
People really sell, or in America, we really have this notion that you cannot survive off of art, but at the same time, it's a whole thing about how we teach people that it is either business or art, or it is either monetary success or art, which for us, we're like, that's just not true.
And I've unfortunately seen it over and over again. There's so much massive talent in the art world, especially for Black young artists, that a lot of times, we see with AI, we extrapolate, we take, and we don't give back. There's no reciprocity.
Like I said before, Oppo's Canon being inspired by the Harlem Renaissance, the whole intention of like what we're doing is showing the economic support and possibilities of artistry. But people like Quadeer, organizations like Brothers Building a Better Nation was actually there to give us the extra support of, okay, let us learn from these artists how to express ourselves as a business, which is another thing that, you know, helps us just learn. It's like an ongoing.
And that's the power behind Oppo's Canon and OpotheBoat. Anytime that there's historic events, a lot of times the stories are told by those who documented it. Even though it's a production company that is filled with artists looking to be self-sustainable, I see them as more than just that. I see them as historians, witnesses to the rebirth that's going on in Newark, journalists that's looking to furiously combat this negative connotation that people have about who we look like as men of color. This relationship means more than just money, funding, and projects. It's about us finally having the ability to tell our story in a way that properly reflects what our triumphs and what our challenges are. Oppo's Canon, in the eyes of the founder of Brothers Building a Better Nation, is purpose. And you don't find too many people that find their purpose so young as the individuals of Oppo's Canon. And you want to just show them that you want them to continue to believe, because a lot of us are led astray by trauma, by life situations. And when you find a group of people that believes in what they believe in so wholeheartedly, you at least want them to feel as though they have an audience of individuals that also believes in them, because that's how the healing starts and that's how the healing scales in our community.
So as of now, Oppo's Canon is really looking to work with more businesses and artists who are looking to essentially express themselves in a high quality and captivating narrative form. Whether that be through real content or whatever, we are here to serve these different businesses and brands through scheduling a consultation. We can really talk more and get the specifics of what it is that your brand is looking to do. But if you need video content, event content, sound content, set design, or just production assistance, or even just consultation, you can email us at info@opposcanon.com, or you can check out the website at opposcanon.com.
Please visit Oppo's Canon's website at opposcanon.com. And if individuals want to learn more about Brothers Building a Better Nation, we implore everybody to go to BBABN.org and subscribe to our newsletter. We look to give monthly updates on all the initiatives that we're doing, such as the community center, such as the HBCU tour, and really look to, once again, show all the beauties of the brothers in Newark and what change we're looking to make.